Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very good day to you. Welcome to another episode of the Candy Talk here on Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Evans Okinyi, and I'm always glad to bring you up to date with comprehensive analysis of all that is taking place in this country and across the border. Welcome. I'm here with Professor Herman Manyora, all the way from the University of Nairobi. Prof, good morning.
Morning to you.
How are you?
Fine.
How was your weekend?
Wonderful. Yes.
I want us to have a conversation on what is actually taking place within the country here with regards to the political developments in it. But I want us to begin from this tweet here, or rather a post on X by Professor Mudavadi. He says here that Kenyans ought to be very wary of ex-DP Gachagua. Is actively stoking resentment in Mount Kenya to create a siege mentality. He could isolate the gamer communities from the rest of Kenya. As a nation in embryo, Kenya can't afford such heightened ethnic polarization. Now, let us begin from there. And I want to take you back to the statement that was made by Kanini, the leader of majority in the National Assembly back then, even before the impeachment of DP Gachagua. He told the president, look, shake off that rattlesnake from your hand. And of course, that went through. The president heeded to his advice, and the snake was actually shaken off. Do you think that these people are now actually wary of the snake?
Was it a snake or a hydra? You know, if it is a snake and it was killed, then it is dead. Maybe it was a hydra, another head has emerged. Yeah. Okay. So are they talking of the mountain people, or are they talking about Gachagua?
At that particular moment,
what is it? They must be, they are not clear. What are they talking about? Is it Gachagua or the mountain people?
At that particular moment, Kanini was talking about Gachagua.
So, and it was a snake which was hit.
Which was hit.
Broken the back, crushed the head. So unless it's a hydra, why are they worried about it? Why are they worried about a snake they killed?
That's what I was asking actually.
Once you kill a snake, in my place, you put it on a rock upside down, the belly up, so that these birds, the eagles, can come and take it.
So let us get here.
Yes.
Was the snake really killed?
That's, maybe it was a hydra.
And then what would be the worry here? Because I see...
Then there's another thing in my home. I don't know what we call it in English. A snake swallows it and it comes out. It swallows again and it comes out. Maybe Gachagua is that thing. I don't know what the Kikuyus call it. I only know my language. I don't know about English. Hata Kiswahili sijui inaitwa nini. I'll ask my friend Habwe or Matilda to tell me what that thing is called. You know, it looks like a snake. Normally, chicken can swallow it and it gets out to the other side. Okay. Yeah.
So seemingly...
Shigoshi. Yes.
So you're saying that maybe...
If they kill Gachagua as a snake, why are they bothered about him? And if the people of Mount Kenya are good people, why do they feel... Do they think Mount Kenya people are children?
And that is what
To be just... They are saying that resentment, breeding or brewing resentment. So they think the Mount Kenya people don't have brains of their own.
Okay, so tell me what
An individual must
Welcome to Herencia, the heartland of good living, where you belong. A community with endless possibilities. Your path to discovering a master-planned gated community that matches your ambitions. Get yourself this must-have piece of paradise with state-of-the-art amenities, constant water supply, good security, tarmac roads, and much more. The best part, availability of buy and build financing services. Don't wait. Contact us today or visit our offices for more info. Buy and build your way at Herencia, the heartland of good living.
Tell me what you make of Professor Mudavadi's
There's nothing Mudavadi is saying.
Statement here.
Mudavadi is saying nothing. He's a friend of mine, but he's overzealous. They want to guard this newfound government. But there is nothing he's saying.
Okay. Now the question here would be, is the snake really dead? Then
why would you worry about a dead snake?
But that is actually what is happening here, because these people are actually kind of worried about him. What do you think is happening here?
I hear the way they did it, this snake they didn't just kill, but they doused it in petrol and made sure that they burned it and threw the ashes in the Indian Ocean. Then why are they worried?
And that is why I'm asking, why do you think that Gachagua's presence and how he's kind of managing himself
what they did,
cold chills to them?
What they did is now beginning to haunt them. Kinawaramba. They know that what they did was not right. Yeah. So this is now beginning to affect them. It will even traumatize them. They should be careful. I'm asking Makam Mutua to look for counseling. This thing could traumatize him. When you do certain things to an innocent man, sometimes it comes to haunt you.
Okay, so let us get into maybe the movement, the possible political movements for Rigathi Gachagua here, or into the fact that perhaps these people are now sensing some sort of danger coming from him, and I wonder why that would be the case. But then here we are, and he's on record urging the people of Mount Kenya actually, and especially the young people to go ahead, register as voters.
Yes.
In the meantime...
And don't make noise. Don't talk.
Exactly.
No demonstrations, no talking. You can sing a song and dance, but that's all. But chukua mti, chukua kura. What's wrong with that? Everybody is telling their people to take votes. How come when Mount Kenya people try to organize, everybody gets scared? These other people are doing their lawyers. We are being told all the time to register. Ama ni uongo?
No, really.
So even recently, where the president was, I think, there's somewhere where I saw Caleb Miss. He's telling lawyers, take votes. Telling governors, empower your people. Give them jobs, don't give other people. Give them contracts, tenders, to build them. And let the people vote. Let them register. So when a lawyer says that, is nothing. I sympathize sometimes with my Gikuyu people, my in-laws. When they just meet kidogo, everybody is worried. Why are they worried about people, Gachagua telling people to register? Everybody is telling their people to register. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to, it's raising civic consciousness. Because it's a civic duty for people to register. It's a higher civic duty for you who has a space, like the ones we have, to encourage those who are not conscious, to become conscious, to know their role in the protection and sustenance of the democracy we call Kenya. They should participate in elections. You get it? Even we are going to start to tell young men and women, please, registration is a continuous process. Don't wait for the one of mass registration. All you need to take yourself to the headquarters of IEBC at the constituency level. If you come from my constituency in Hamisi, if you go to Hamisi, today they will register you. Don't wait for that mass. It's a continuous process. So it's our role, those of us who have the capacity, the place, the calling, the privilege. So Gachagua belongs to those who are privileged. And from that privileged position is encouraging people from Mount Kenya and from elsewhere in the country. Please go and register for votes. Yeah.
You say that he belongs to the category of people who are privileged.
Yes.
That is. But then somebody will question, after all these things happened, yes, I think those who orchestrated his impeachment and led him to the kind of status that he is in currently, thought that maybe that would be a way of sending him to his political oblivion, so to say. But so far, so good. Do you think that perhaps he's managed to reorganize himself and still remain relevant?
Even Raila, they said, anaenda Bondo. Is he in Bondo now? They said, Uhuru aende Gatundu. And we want to make sure he's hungry. We shall even kill his dobas so that he doesn't eat. Akufe na njaa. But he's there. The man is enjoying. He's all over the place. Everywhere in the world. So maybe Gachagua, they thought. But they had forgotten so soon. Because those who had said Raila and the Bondo, and the Raila is very much around, they should have known even Gachagua will not go to Madeira. And when he goes to Madeira just to face the mountain and pray, then he'll come back to Nairobi. Yeah.
But he's got a lot of things here to deal with as well. Of course, the legal consequences of his impeachment. So to say, because we do not actually expect, going by, if at all that standing, of course, if at all we are supposed to go with the effects or rather the results of his impeachment, then we are not supposed to expect him to hold any political seat.
That's not entirely true. That law is not very clear. We need to clarify it. And then after even clarifying it, we also need to have a way of processing the impeachment. So the impeachment has happened.
Okay.
And the courts have not interfered. The man has been sent home. How about banishing him into political oblivion.
Exactly, and that is what
That is what I'm suggesting. We need to have a tribunal to look at whether, although the politicians have the right and the power to impeach their own, should they also have the power to make sure he goes nowhere after that? And I'm doubting that is the case. That we should look at the impeachment post, not to overturn the impeachment, no, but to see whether such an impeachment process and the reasons thereof are sufficient for one of their own to be banished into oblivion. That's so. I think Gachagua might pursue that line. Pursue this case up to the Supreme Court and see whether at the end of this case it will not be found that he cannot be barred from running for office again. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you therefore perhaps believe
But assuming we can argue with the assumption that that will not happen, so you can continue now asking. What were you asking? That if
So my question here would be that
if he's not running,
he's not running for anything, and therefore he's not holding
is Jacob Juma running for anything in South Africa?
Not really.
You see the scare he has caused to, what do you call him?
The current.
What is the name of the man? Ramaphosa.
Yes, Ramaphosa.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he continues to do so. Do you know he has picked a key official from Julius Malema's party? Jacob Zuma. He's not the president.
I know the kind of influence that he has in South Africa.
It happened in Botswana. Botswana's in Juzi too. Ama namna gani? The president, the former president. Somebody tried to think he could ignore him. Who is in power now? A new president. The one who was there second term, nothing. So Gachagua does not need to run. But he can have his pound of flesh. For him, it will be more a pound of flesh than even running for office. You know what? If I were Gachagua, even if I'm cleared to run, I would not run for president. Neither will I even go for deputy. And I will ask my Kikuyu community, the best way to get this revenge of ours and prepare for the future, let Kalonzo run. Let him be deputized by a lawyer. Maybe the best we can get is prime minister, if there's there, or prime something. Even that we don't have to get. That is very lethal. If Kikuyus and the Gema community support Kalonzo without demanding to be running mate, so that you get the Luya nation behind them, game shot. So, depending on how determined he is to revenge, how determined he is to hit at Ruto. And politics is about that kind of determination. Yeah, you are always scheming to undo each other, even to stab each other in the back. That's what the politics is about.
In a country where people believe that as long as our people are in positions of influence, then we are actually in power. How then would that be different when it comes to his case here?
How?
Because I believe right now there are certain people who believe that as long as they see their people up front there, then they believe that their interests are catered for.
People have the people they call their people. Merely speaking, the Luo does not make you part of the Luo community. So when Uhuru gets Rachel Mama and gives her, the Luos don't feel they are there. You know that, eh?
Okay, yeah.
So you come out Nelewana. So you can get Kindiki, get who, but the Gema community may not feel they are represented in government. And politics works like that.
Okay. Yeah. So we have here Kindiki, Professor Kithure Kindiki, assuming that he actually retains that position and becomes maybe the running mate of President William Ruto in 2027. We are having somebody here who occupies a position of a potential position of influence, that is of a deputy president, and then somebody who is outside there on the periphery. So at what point do you believe that at least this person can influence and help us get this?
You can just be like JJ. You can just be like JJ Kamodo. Very close to Kanu, most powerful secretary general there. But the Kikuyus were not going along with him. In 2002, Mudavadi was given vice president. The Luyas didn't listen to Mudavadi, they listened to Amalu, and the Mudavadi was even sent home. He couldn't even get his parliamentary seat. So it's a no-brainer. Kindiki can be deputy president, running mate in 2027. But the Mount Kenya people can chart their own future. So the task is to Kindiki to ensure that doesn't happen. He must navigate the politics of Mount Kenya in such a way they begin to see him as their own and he represents them. And their best chance as a community and their interests are all put together, are best protected by him or championed by him. That is his task. But if he fails to do so, the Mount Kenya people will chart their path, irrespective of the fact that Kindiki may be deputy president and running mate.
Okay.
Yeah, which seems to be more likely. So he has an uphill task. Not to say it can't happen. Kindiki has an uphill task to change the course, because the Mount Kenya people are facing Mount Kenya, and they are putting their back, giving Ruto their back. Ruto is behind. On the other hand, Kindiki has his back to Mount Kenya, facing Ruto. So to turn these people from facing Mount Kenya to face where Ruto is, that is his task. He can do it. It's possible. It's not impossible. Yeah. But it's a task, you can know. A task like no other. Yeah.
Is Rigathi Gachagua a political threat to William Ruto with regards to the 2027 general elections?
Obvious. He presents a significant threat. It's not a fly you can do like this and it goes away. Yeah. Well, that's why, where did you start? You started by Makau Mutua tweeting that Gachagua is breeding or brewing resentment. So if he was inconsequential, why would they be bothered? And you've heard they are already beginning to cry. Na bado hajafanya kitu. Hata nyimbo za shika kazi kwa Mugithi. Mugithi center hazijaanza kuchemuka. Hazijaanza kuchemuka. Zinafanya tu warm up. That is warming up ya guitar. Na wanalia. Wakati guitar itakuwa in full play. Mugithi everywhere you go. With those songs of Kamaru and others. What will they say? They will close those places. So bad. What will is a ball? But we pray for them and bigger prayers for the country. Because irrespective of what politicians are doing down here, the country must always come first. And peace has no alternative. So peace is number one, peace is number two, peace is number three. This politics of Gachagua who can come number 4, 5. But peace is number
one.
Number two is peace.
Number 2 is peace.
Number 3 is
peace.
Kinda Makau Mutua and the rest can now come number 5, 6, 7. Yes.
So just talk about peace.
Peace is number one. Without peace, there's nothing else you can do.
But the young people
But peace cannot come without justice.
The young people from the mountain are being told to register for votes and keep quiet.
And so are we telling people from Mulembe Nation, Aluya, Chukua Kura.
But you also have a mountain over there.
Yes, Mount Elgon. People around Mount Elgon and Lake Victoria, take your votes. We are telling people around the Indian Ocean, take your votes. We are telling people in the semi-arid areas of Garissa, Wajir, the former NFD, Northern Frontier District, take votes. We are telling people around Lake Naivasha, take votes. On the shores of of Turkana, take votes. Yeah, we are telling everybody, take Chukweni Kura.
Here talking about the mountain, I wonder whether yours is also an active volcano as the one in Mount Kenya in terms of political developments here, but then we are yet to see. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stop this conversation at this particular moment, but of course you are free to weigh in and tell us what you think about what is happening in central Kenya. Is the impeached deputy president, or let me say Rigathi Gachagua here, cooking something? Let's wait and see whether the mountain will actually erupt in 2027. Allow me to stop for now till we have this conversation again. Have yourself a lovely day. My name is Evans Okinyi.
Welcome to Herencia, the heartland of good living, where you belong. A community with endless possibilities. Your path to discovering a master-planned gated community that matches your ambitions. Get yourself this must-have piece of paradise with state-of-the-art amenities, constant water supply, good security, tarmac roads, and much more. The best part, availability of buy and build financing services. Don't wait. Contact us today or visit our offices for more info. Buy and build your way at Herencia, the heartland of good living.